Have you ever pondered the idea of cultivating your own mushrooms at home? It's not as far-fetched as it might initially seem. In fact, it's a surprisingly simple process that can yield a bountiful harvest of fresh, organic mushrooms. Today we're going to delve into the step-by-step guide on how to grow your own mushrooms at home. So, where do you start? Well, the first step is choosing the right type of mushroom. There are a plethora of options available, from the common button mushroom to the exotic shiitake. The choice is yours, and it largely depends on your culinary preferences and local climate conditions. Once you've chosen your mushroom type, the next step is to procure the spores or mycelium, which are essentially the seeds of the mushroom world. These can be easily purchased online or from a local gardening store. Now let's move on to preparing the growing medium. Mushrooms aren't like typical plants. They don't grow in soil, but rather a substrate rich in organic material. This could be a mix of straw, wood chips, or compost. The key here is to ensure that the substrate is thoroughly sterilized to prevent the growth of unwanted organisms. The fourth step is to inoculate the substrate with the mushroom spores or mycelium. This involves mixing the spores or mycelium into the substrate and then placing the mix into a container. This container then needs to be stored in a dark, cool, and humid environment, perfect conditions for mushrooms to thrive. Next, it's a waiting game. In a few weeks, you'll start to see small mushroom sprouts known as pinheads. At this stage, it's crucial to maintain the right temperature and humidity levels to encourage growth. And finally, harvest time. Once the mushrooms have fully matured, they can be carefully plucked from the substrate. Remember, always cut at the base rather than pulling the mushrooms out to avoid damaging the mycelium, which can continue to produce more mushrooms. So, to recap, growing mushrooms at home involves 7 steps: selecting the mushroom type, procuring the spores or mycelium, preparing the substrate, inoculating the substrate, nurturing the growth, and finally, harvesting the mushrooms. It's a rewarding endeavor that not only provides you with fresh mushrooms, but also gives you the satisfaction of growing your own food. And remember, patience is key. Like all good things in life, a bountiful mushroom harvest takes time. So why not give it a shot? Turn a corner of your home into a mini mushroom farm and enjoy the fruits, or rather fungi, of your labor. Happy mushrooming.